Hi guys, my name's Cassie and I've decided I want to start a YouTube channel on a day in the life of a diabetic because I've got type 1 diabetes and I've noticed that recently me and a bunch of other people I've talked to that have diabetes are all going through burnout. And I thought that maybe this could be a great way to help me cope with it and help others cope with it and get over it. This isn't the first time I've been through burnout, but it's the first time that I have decided that I want to do something about it. So I thought that maybe doing a vlog would be a great way to help raise awareness over it and what it's about and what it does to everyone and how hard it can be just to live with this one little major complicated life having diabetes. So I thought that during this first video I could just teach the general public a little bit about diabetes. You constantly, as a diabetic, telling people that you have it when you're getting to know them. So in case something happens, they know what to tell the experts when they get there if you faint or something. But almost always the number one reply you get is, oh, I know someone who has diabetes. But 95% of the time it's people with type 2 diabetes. Same as 95% of the time the reaction you get is, oh, you don't look like you're diabetic because I'm so thin. The problem is the media has displayed diabetes as an obese disease. You only get it if you're fat, overweight, unhealthy. But in reality, there are different types of diabetes. Yeah, sure, back when type 2 diabetes became major, the number one cause was obesity, but it's not the only cause. Now, I have type 1 diabetes, which is an autoimmune disease, meaning that my own body has killed off its healthy cells that create insulin, which is needed to survive. Without insulin, your blood sugar levels will rise to a dangerously high amount and you will die. Simplest way to put it, drastic, depressing, I know, I've lived with it since I was 2. It's not fun, it's not easy. I have to do injections every day, test my blood sugars every day, which is what causes this thing that I mentioned earlier, which is burnout. Burnout is what happens when you can't be bothered looking after yourself anymore. You get lazy, you get sick of it, you decide that you don't want to deal with it anymore. Now, a lot of the time, your doctors will catch on to this before you do. My doctor didn't catch on to it because I was such a good liar about saying how I was always doing my injections. First time I went through it during year 7, when I had to transition from primary school to high school. I started skipping all my injections. My sugar levels were sitting in the high 20s. Now, they're supposed to be between 4 and 8. So it was bad. I was lucky that I didn't get extremely sick and admitted to hospital due to that. I was admitted to hospital though because my doctor eventually caught on after about a year. I didn't know what was going on. I was diagnosed at such a young age that none of this stuff had been explained to me because it was all explained to my parents. They didn't know the warning signs, didn't know what to watch out for because over the years I'd started to look after myself and they forgot it all. So burnout typically starts when you're just feeling over it. You don't want to do anything anymore. You just want to forget about it, be normal. Not deal with your diabetes, just not do a finger prick. Generally, that's how it starts, just not testing your sugar levels. For me, I was still doing all that because my mum would always watch me do it, but my injections I'd do myself, so I started to skip them. Generally, that's in the later stages when you don't do your injections, and that's when it gets dangerous. I'm lucky now that I'm on an insulin pump, which means I don't have to do injections. I only have to do a line change once every 3 days. I don't do it every 3 days. It's part of the burnout. I can't be bothered. However, I decided this time around when I noticed the signs that I'd go to the hospital, talk to my educators and see if they could help. Now they told me it was nothing to worry about because it wasn't that bad. I was still doing about 2 or 3 finger pricks a day. Now, mind you, for me that's nothing. I was told when I was at the children's hospital I had to be doing at least 8 and I was only doing 2 or 3 and I was like, oh wow, this is nothing, I'm bad. Yeah, sure, I might not have been that bad and it gave me a little bit of confidence, but less than 2 weeks after I saw my diabetes educator, I started to do less than a finger prick a week. It took me 3 weeks to get back on top and do 1 a day. The key to getting over burnout is to creating these small little goals that you feel like you can accomplish. For me, my first goal was to do a finger prick a day, which I finally managed to do after about 5 weeks. Probably a little bit less, I don't know, just guessing. But once I hit that goal, I decided I needed something a bit bigger. So I wasn't doing my line changes by myself, which is the only reason why they were getting done. So that was my next goal, to do them by myself. 2 weeks straight, I have done them by myself. Yeah, sure, it's still taking me a week to do them, but it's a part of coping. I'm still doing a finger prick a day at least. I am uploading my data online so the diabetes educators can have a look at it and help me try and figure out what my next move will be. But the key to getting over burnout is to working out what you can manage. Even if that means asking your doctor to admit you into hospital for a week so that you can take a break and the nurses can look after your diabetes for the week. Diabetes is not easy to live with. It's not every day is the same. It's up, it's down, it's all over the place. One day, you can do the exact same thing for 2 days in a row, and your blood sugar levels will do completely different things because of hormones, because of not having enough sleep, or anything. It can be anything. Like, I never have 2 days that is the exact same as it is. Throw diabetes on top of that, and there's not even a day in every month that's the exact same. My sugar levels are all over the place. I've been really bad today and eaten so many goddamn cupcakes, and I haven't given myself insulin for one of them. So my sugar levels right now are probably sitting in the 20s, which is not good. I know this, I know it's not good, but the burnout it's made me just not want to do it. I've been pretty good for the past few days getting up and actually having breakfast and bolusing for it. Yesterday while I was at work, I didn't give myself insulin for a single thing that I ate. Oh, FYI, bolusing means giving myself insulin for what I'm eating. When you're on the pump, you have to do that. But while I was at work yesterday, I didn't give myself insulin for anything I ate. And I didn't realize this until about 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, holy shit. I decided, you know what? This is something I can fix. Something I can fix right now because I know my blood sugar levels are high. And I can change that. So I did a blood sugar check. They were at 30.3 after eating potato cakes, burgers all day. And I was just having one of my workmates cook me dinner at that time. So I said, all right, I'm going to correct this high blood sugar level and eat. I made sure I bolused for that burger that I ate. But the little things I have to work on that's my next goal, is making sure that I give myself insulin for everything I eat. For those of you out there that are also going through burnout, just remember it is something you can get over. It can take years, it can take months, it might only take a few weeks. It depends on who you are, how long you've had diabetes, and how well you can cope with everything. Also depends on your support network. I have a shit support network because I haven't seen my diabetes doctor in over a year. Last time I saw a diabetes doctor, I was at the Royal Children's Hospital. Burnout happened because I was going through transition and had no motivation. Before I transitioned from childcare to adult care, my motivation to look after my diabetes was because I would see my doctor every 3 months. The transition caused me to not have any motivation, which caused my burnout to be able to become bad again. This time I've decided I want to get over it myself because I went to the educators looking for help and they wouldn't help. That's why I decided to do this, because it gives other diabetics out there someone who's going through the exact same thing that they're going through. Might not be exactly the same, but extremely similar burnout, not being able to cope, whatnot, from their own perspective without the help that they should be able to get. I feel like maybe these videos will help someone else who's going through the same thing I'm going through get through it easier. Because that's what I want to do as a career. I want to be able to help others. I want to become a diabetes educator so that I can help those other diabetics out there that just feel like they're not getting the support they need because they feel like that educators don't understand what they're going through. So that's the point of me starting this YouTube channel. I'm going to attempt to do an upload each week and share it with as many people as possible, focusing each week on something different. This week was just a bit of an introductory. Next week, I'm going to actually full on cover what diabetes is, just as a general reminder for those who are diabetic and as an educational tool for those who aren't. Because the one thing that does piss most of us, especially type 1s off, or even type 2s, is when people are miseducated, and that's one of the most frustrating things. And it can actually lead to people going through burnout, just the general public not knowing. So next week I'm going to aim on just some bit of education on what diabetes is, what's the difference between type 1 and type 2, how many different types there are, the rarer ones, and all this other stuff. It means I have to do a bit of research as well because I don't know everything there is to know, obviously. I'm just a young adult here. But the idea of this is to help you out. Each week I'll try and think of a different topic. If anyone has anything that they'd really like me to go in depth with or explain or even attempt to do, let me know in the comments, because I will try. I want to try to help everyone else get through their life with diabetes as smoothly as possible, because that's the hardest thing to do. Thank you, and I will try and upload again next week. Bye.